a civilized clime where corruption is completely detested, people like Obasanjo should be answering to questions of conflict of interest.
Mr. Ikeji,
yes.
Should we be throwing away the baby and the bathwater? I mean, a lot of people have said that what some of the things mentioned in the letter are issues that are not new. Nothing is new in the letter,
obviously, yes,
except one or two things, like allegations, as you said.
Yes.
So, should those things not be a concern?
I think there should be a concern, and I think that the president may do well to address the nation on some of those issues. It is not a wrong call for the president to address the nation on some of those issues. But I want to raise a point on that, throwing the baby and the bathwater away. It's like the messenger and the message. Even in the Bible or in the Quran, God cannot send a devil, an evil person, to bring good message. Of course, all the people in the Bible or in Quran who bring good messages are good people. So an evil person cannot bring a good message.
I actually thought some of them were actually bad and were running and ended up in the belly of the fish. Perhaps.
No, they were not bad. Jonah ended up in the belly of the fish. He wasn't bad. He was a good man. God wanted to use him, but he was scared to use the talent that God has already given to him. And by the time he went away, he found himself in the belly of the fish. He was thrown aboard and he found himself in the belly of the fish. So God cannot send an evil man to deliver a good message. And as far as I'm concerned, the antecedents of Obasanjo, and I say it here, do not bother on goodness.
If I may take you back, you mentioned corruption again, but you talked about Bible. I know in the scripture it's talked about the time where a demon was sent to go and corrupt a man, a king.
He still makes a demon.
A demon.
Yes, Satan has very sweet talk.
Okay.
Satan can talk very sweetly. Like the content of the letter is very sweet. Okay. It's something that we like to listen to, we like to hear, because we all know that these are things happening. And that is the way Satan comes. I'm not saying that Obasanjo is Satan.
So how is this working? How is this letter working in the camp of the opposition?
How is it working in the camp of the opposition? I wouldn't know. I'm not in the opposition. I'm neither even in PDP nor in the opposition. But I think that from their reactions so far,
what you're getting from
what I have heard them say presently is that the National Assembly should impeach the president before Nigeria before things deteriorate. I think that is not opposition politics. Opposition politics is offering us alternatives, giving us alternative policies and actions that we will see and weigh it with present actions and present policies. I will say, yes, we prefer these forms of policies and actions, not inciting people, not making comments that border on sensationalism and frivolity. I think that it is errant ploy to destabilize the polity, to call on the National Assembly to impeach the president by the opposition. That shouldn't have arisen at all. They ought to have presented to us viable alternatives and tell us that come 2015 we should explore these alternatives to elect a new government. And if we so wish, we will explore those alternatives and join forces with them and elect a good government, or a new government. So I think that it is wrong to call for the impeachment of the president. If you want the president to be impeached, use your legislators. Enumerate the impeachable offenses that the president has committed, and go ahead and lobby.
From this letter, should we be asking former President Obasanjo to show proof, especially with the part where he talked about having a killer squad?
Yes, he has said that there are allegations. Because of the security implications, I was coming to that actually. Because of the security implications of such allegations, he who asserts must prove. I would have asked the federal government to call upon Obasanjo to produce evidence. It is not just to prove his point, but also to assuage the feelings of Nigerians who are worried about the allegations.
Well, Ikechukwu Ikeji, we'll stay on this particular matter. We'd like to thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
We hope that the presidency, as well as former President Olusegun Obasanjo, must have been listening to Nigerians, show proof, especially with regard to a killer squad being groomed somewhere by the present administration. Well, Sunrise Daily takes a break now, and we will return. Certainly, join us again.